Hello! Today on Laurice's Kitchen, we are going to be making chocolate truffle loaf with raspberry sauce. Now this is a home run dessert, but it's really not that difficult to make. Alright, so we're going to get started here. I have a half a cup of butter that I have just cut up because it melts more quickly that way. This is a half a cup of light corn syrup. Put that in here. And then we are going to need 16 ounces of very good quality chocolate. Semi-sweet chocolate, and I really do like Ghirardelli chocolate best. And this is chocolate, so we will be doing it in a double boiler. We're not going to heat this over direct heat. Okay, we have all of our chocolate and our corn syrup and our butter in the top of our double boiler here. And now eventually to this we will be adding a half a cup of cream and 3 egg yolks. Now we cannot add our egg yolks directly to our hot melted chocolate or they will cook like scrambled eggs. So we're going to add them to our cream to temper our egg yolks. And the easiest way to separate eggs is just to use your hand. So there's 1 egg yolk, 3, and then I will mix that up. Okay, this is almost completely melted. We're going to give it a couple more minutes because we don't want to have any of these lumps of chocolate still in here. Okay, this is nice and smooth. Alright, and you can see I stirred in my egg yolks into my cream. That's nice and yellow and very smooth. So we're going to slowly add this, stirring the whole time. And then once this is incorporated, we're going to cook this for an additional 3 minutes. Okay, this has been cooking for long enough. We are going to go ahead and take this off the heat. Then this needs to come to room temperature because we will eventually be folding in a cup and a half of whipped cream along with a little bit of sugar. So we need to make sure that this is at room temperature, otherwise it will completely deflate the whipped cream. Okay, now we're going to make the raspberry sauce, and this is very, very simple. This is a 12-ounce bag of frozen raspberries that I thawed earlier during the daytime. We're just going to puree this a little bit here. And because raspberries are filled with all kinds of seeds, and that would make a very, very disgusting sauce, we have to strain this. So we're just going to dump this through our sieve. Okay, I've probably been straining this for not quite 10 minutes, and you can see I've got almost all the juice out of the raspberries, and it's gone through. Now I want to go ahead and scrape some of this off the bottom, but I want to make sure I don't get any raspberry seeds, so I'm going to rinse this off real quickly. Okay, and then get the bottom of this. Alright. Now we add our 1/3 of a cup of Karo corn syrup just to sweeten this up. Alright, and then this we'll put into a container and put that in the refrigerator until we're ready to serve our truffle loaf. Alright, so while we're waiting for our chocolate to cool, we also need to prepare our pan, our loaf pan, because we cannot put this directly into our loaf pan without it being covered first. So we need to get our plastic wrap as close to the edges as we possibly can, because this will shape our loaf as it comes out. This is an 8 by 4 inch loaf pan. That's what that'll fit in. Again, this is like the fudge, where whatever you see in here is going to show up on the top of your truffle loaf. So we want to get this as smooth as possible. Okay, we're getting ready to whip our whipped cream here to add to the ganache portion of our truffle loaf. Alright, I've got 1½ cups of heavy whipping cream in here. This is about a teaspoon of vanilla, maybe a little bit more, and a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. We're going to add that in. Now, in order to keep everything cold, this bowl and my whisk have actually been in the refrigerator for about an hour now. So we're going to whip this on high until it forms nice stiff peaks. Alright. This looks pretty good here. I think this is stiff peaks. We'll check this. Yes, that's nice and stiff. Okay. Now we are going to fold this into our chocolate a little bit at a time. This will be easier to fold in this this way. Okay. And to fold, we're just going to take down the middle and turn over. Okay, let me get the rest of the ganache poured in here. Continue to fold this over. Okay, this is pretty well folded in. It's okay if there's a little bit of whipped cream showing still. It's really pretty. All right, and we're going to now just pour this directly into our loaf pan. I want to make sure we fill this completely up. Okay, now we are going to completely cover this with plastic wrap, and then this is going to go in the refrigerator overnight, and we'll serve it tomorrow. Okay, this has been in the refrigerator for overnight, about 24 hours. So now we're going to go ahead and cut into it. Now, you need a very sharp and a very small knife. So I actually like to use a fillet knife. And in between every cut, you should clean your knife so that you don't drag a bunch of chocolate with it. So, while the end piece is absolutely delicious, it's not the prettiest piece of the loaf. So we will cut this and then just lay it to the side, and then we'll use this as our first piece. All right, first thing we need to do, this is absolutely beautiful. We'll cut a small piece here. All right, we want to get some raspberry sauce down on the plate first. So we'll pour just a small amount down on there. Okay, that's good. And we'll get this on the plate. Okay, that looks pretty. Go ahead and take our knife, our piece up here, lay it down on top of the raspberry sauce, and then garnish with just a couple of fresh raspberries. All right, now let's give this a taste. A little bit of raspberry sauce, a fresh raspberry, this truffle. Oh, I'm just gonna eat the whole thing.